watched you make a pot in a while. But just a second ago, you were talking about opening. Do you hover, or your hands hovering when you do first opening, second opening?
Yes, they're like
So it's going to get off center. Huh?
They're like I have them almost on the pot when I'm
Well,
doing
they
the
should be
first
here.
opening.
They should be on the
This
bats.
side.
At least on the bats.
Okay, yeah.
Because you're more steady stable. If you're up here,
No, I'm not
you're
up
not
here.
as steady stable. Even if you're here, you're not as steady stable with this wheel moving.
Okay.
It's going to grab you and move you. So it's best, I found it's best, single hand, single thumb, peace fingers make it stronger, and you open here. Starts to wobble, you're pushing too hard, you're moving it too fast. Okay. Started to wobble a little bit there because it snagged, that's okay, never panic when wobble happens. All right?
You know, I see that
No.
the difference. I'm doing more from down here, like when I make the first opening, because mine's higher. And it's, I'm not saying it's, I'm not doing it right, I guess.
No, because I was about to mention that it's good that you saw that. I was about to mention, if you ever have just a straight up and down little hole,
I kind of do.
that's because you're going, it's not wrong, it's because you're going down like that.
Right.
But it can benefit you, especially with working with more clay, it can benefit you to kind of have that thumb at an angle because it's already set up your second opening for you in a sense. And or if you needed to check the bottom to
Right.
see, you know what I mean, you kind of already got a good opening, but the straight up and down. But there is no right or wrong.
Okay.
That's the difference and that's why that's happening. Some people go
I
straight
never
down.
even noticed it.
I have purposely recently started just kind of opening it like that.
Okay.
Started to have a little bit of
Okay.
opening. Okay. Now, working with more clay though, ideally this 2 pounds or say you have 5 pounds, you're not going to do the first opening to the second opening. It's not possible, right?
Yeah, it's
Big
not
mound of clay.
possible, yeah.
So you can go, and if you're not sure how much of a bottom you have, you work your way into it. You go from first to second, first to second, first to second. Second, ideally, hand resting on the bat. Pulling towards yourself, I found is the most steady, stable way. It starts to wobble, it's okay. Because watch, we'll get it out in a lift. Now, rule of thumb, the mound grew, right?
Yeah.
The mound grew. But rule of thumb is you want to, that second opening, you don't want to go past where your mound was.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you set your mound up for what you want to make. I don't want to go any further than this because it's going to start to wobble more, which might even be where the wobble came from there. It could have been a snag, or I might have pulled it just a little bit past where the mound was.
Okay.
It's either going to start to wobble or it's going to flop on you and become a plate.
Okay.
Okay? Now, I have this big second opening here.
Yeah, I
This
feel like
is
my
way
bottom's
out
never
here.
that big.
Huh?
I feel like my bottom's never that big.
No, I'm making a big vase or something like that. So, no,
Yeah.
I went big, okay? But before I lift, it's just going to become this big bottom
Right.
pot. So I'm going to bring it in. First, I'm going to go ahead and compress this. I recently learned that it's good to compress both directions, actually, can help prevent
Oh, okay.
the, if you have lots of S-cracks, to go from the inside out and the outside in. Okay. Also, you see how this is rounded here? If I want to make something taller, I kind of want like a straight edge.
Okay, more perpendicular. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Set
okay.
myself up for a straight edge.
Okay.
Okay. Now this is so flared out, I don't want to lift yet. I'm going to bring it in. When it's more clay, you have to really kind of come back here, connect the hands. Because here's okay if you can connect the hands, but it's like that, you want to kind of connect here. And I'm just going to.
Ah, see how much you brought that in.
Yeah. Okay. So now this is prepared to go up. That lift that you're seeing is because I have this big mound here. I'm squeezing here and here, and this hand just kind of helps and does the same thing.
Yeah, that would take a lot of practice for me to be able to.
Yeah. So that's just a
That's-
different
wow.
technique.
It's only 2 pounds and you're doing that. It's amazing to me.
All right. Good. That's just time.
Yeah.
And when I got
It's
back
another
into
thing I can
pottery,
practice. Yeah, another thing
yeah,
I can
I was full force. I was there 3 to 4 days a week, 8 hours a day. And nothing else to do.
Right, yeah.
Feed myself, feed my
Yeah.
dogs.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Husband was working in New York.
Yeah.
Okay, so I did that lift, and then that outside hand, and that's where we have to work here, right? I don't know how you lift, but it is better to lift here. And it is better the more
I
you're
bend
using.
just like that. I bend that
Yep,
finger
because
with
you
the
have your,
thumb.
I have all this lovely
That's what I use. That
connection.
Okay.
Yep,
All right.
and you can tuck under there and get it. Okay,
Yeah.
but I'm going to go ahead and collar it in because we'd rather it be tighter. And that's starting from the bottom. It can help to have a little speed with the collaring in. You don't
I
want to be
didn't
too
really
slow.
realize, gosh, you did that. Look how well. I didn't really realize the collar to start at the bottom. I was
Start at the bottom.
starting more at the top. I
No,
didn't
because if your
realize-
bottom's flaring out, that's where you're
Yeah.
going to get your bellies.
Okay.
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 Now this
That's
is
good
way
to
out
know.
here, but watch this
Right.
one. This is way out here and thin. Get rid of it.
Okay.
Doesn't help you.
Yeah.
Do all that. Now you can also, Because it's super thick walls, I'm like thick.
It's
I can
probably
tuck
how
in
mine
here
are,
to create a ledge.
Yeah, okay, that's, I wondered about that. Okay, did you, I
Okay,
didn't know.
so same thing. Anytime you connect your hands, always connect. The moment you can't, but I can come under here now and I can grab that. There.
See, like, I couldn't even stick my hand down in there probably without bumping something right now. I'd have to have that long one.
Well, after a while, you will need to do that.
I feel like,
But you see, when we color in, this is always going to get unlevel. Just from coloring in, that's normal. If it gets kind of worse than this, I'll chop the top because it's visually messing with you.
like a,
It's just visually messing with you to keep making the pot. You see that wobble and
yeah.
it kind of gets in
right,
your head.
It would get in my head,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, and then to get water in every bit of this big pot, fingers just rest on either side and I drizzle it down my fingers. That helps get water in every bit of that pot.
I need to use more water.
Okay,
Tell me
water,
what
water,
you
water.
mean I'm not using enough water.
Yeah, you can't use enough. So here I can connect, come down here.
Wow.
Wobble, doesn't matter. Don't let the wobble scare you. And if you write it out,
I've even seen the wobble on videos I've watched. I've seen that and I thought, oh, they're not concerned about that.
the pros at the very end, if you really have an eye. And once stop, there's no wobble. But we get in our heads sometimes. Okay, so then you want to not shape the pot till the very end. You want to throw the most basic pot, and then you'll go in and shape it however you want to shape it. Let me check my walls. So I do still have some down here. But now here's where's the steady hand, right? Because I can't connect my hand. See how my hands aren't connected?
Right. So are you saying, do you have the same pressure on the inside as the outside, would you say? Is that what
Yeah,
you're
for the
trying to
most
do?
part. For the most part.
And
But
then
you're also,
remember, like,
it's equal. It's you're
Okay.
pinching. The idea is you're pinching and feeding the clay up into itself. Some potters, and I've seen that they go, one hand should be above, one should be below, but I think I'm just kind of always disconnected.
yeah, right.
You know, if you want to get into the technical of it, but I don't
Yeah,
think it needs
no,
to be
I
that.
don't need to get technical by anything at this point.
No, you make a pot, you're a potter. Okay, so then we'll go ahead. I'm going to chop the top, and then I'm going to probably belly it out. See if I can get away with it because it's got that wobble. I do kind of like the smoke, kind of like a smokestack vibe. But we'll belly it out for Valentine's. Let's see if we can. All right, that's that. I have a needle tool somewhere. I think. I thought.
Here, is that it, right here?
All right, cool. Thanks. Beep, beep, beep. Beep, 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 beep. I'm gonna chop the top. So I feel it. Lift. When it's
Quite that way. I need to practice that more.
when it's thicker, like that one, I
Right.
could have potentially, but it has wobble. If it didn't have the wobble, I could potentially take the wire, drop it, and lift it. And if it's thicker than that, yes. But when it's thin, you got to feed the needle tool through really nice and slow.
Oh, look at that
And
now.
it's just a steady hand. It's just
Yeah,
a
I
super
tried.
steady
My
hand.
knee, I was like,
And you can't force it. Everybody's like, I have to force it through. You
Right.
have to slowly feed it
okay,
through
I
as
think
it
that's
spins
what I was
around.
trying to do, force it through.
Okay. All right, let's go ahead and color this in a bit. This, I'm getting water just on the outside, so I don't want a whole bunch on the inside. I'm just cupping it and dripping it down my hand. Okay.
Oh, I know now what I saw you. It was that heart pot. That was very cool. You did that really fast. That was the one I watched. I was like, oh my God, it's a heart.
I just posted it for
That was
Valentine's
cool.
Day.
Yeah, that was really cool, I thought.
Somebody booked like one of the Valentine's workshops moments after. Okay, so now here's where the inside hand's pushing out.
Yes.
But you don't want
okay.
to belly it too much because it's going to flop on you. They love to flop. So you kind of got to round it out.
What a neat
And then
face.
inside and
So just so I can stick to it, because couldn't see your hand. So you got the sponge out here, and then this hand is just put. These fingers are just pushing out to belly it, right?
but not too much
Not
of a
too
belly.
much. Okay.
Yeah.
I just do less.
Because
is
too
more.
much is, yes, in the beginning. Bellies
Yes.
bellies can be a pain in the booty.
I love the
So
look.
then we
I
just
love
trim
it.
this. Make a cute picture of this, that, or
That's
this, that.
really sweet.
Yeah, it's nice, huh?
Uh-huh.